Raccoon hyphen 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 Formers. What does that spell? Raccoon-Formers, yeah! Raccoon-Formers, the YouTube channel for all of your Transformer needs.
Hello everyone, Raccoon-Formers here, and today I'll be making a double review on the Transformers Generation 1 Soundwave and Buzzsaw, aka one of the first Soundwave toys ever made. This is a video I've been planning for a very long time, and I'm excited to make it for y'all. But before we get started by taking a look at Soundwave and Buzzsaw, let's take a look at the packaging. I don't normally take a look at the packaging, but I have to do it in this particular sense since this is such an old figure. So let's bring it in. You have a nice looking picture of G1 Soundwave and G1 Buzzsaw. You have a description down here: Decepticon, Communicator, Soundwave, and Condor, Cassette, Buzzsaw. I think that's supposed to be a play on words because I think Soundwave's, or Buzzsaw's bird mode is supposed to be based off of some kind of bird, like a California condor or falcon or something, which is creative. A nice transparent window that shows Soundwave in his cassette deck mode and Buzzsaw in his cassette tape mode. Transforms from cassette, recorder, and robot and back. Sorry, I can't talk today. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Evil Decepticon, awesome insignia. Over here, we have a picture of Soundwave and Buzzsaw, and Soundwave in his cassette deck mode. Decepticon, Soundwave, oh nice. Over here, we have the same picture. On the back, we have awesome looking piece of artwork with Optimus and the Autobots facing off against Starscream and the Decepticons. Not sure why Megatron isn't there, but I don't know. And a nice looking description. It is a world transformed where things are not what they seem. It's a world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. Cool. And down here, we have a little description of Soundwave and a description of Buzzsaw with their strengths and all that. Ooh, got something in my hand there. Sorry about that. Alrighty. And then up here, we have the instructions of how to transform Soundwave. Hasbro could really take notes from this with their Studio Series figures because the instructions that come with them aren't as good. These ones are pretty decent. And it's easier to understand them because this figure doesn't transform in that many steps. So I guess that's why they put it on top of here. So down here, we have that Decepticon, Communicator, Soundwave, and Condor cassette Buzzsaw thing again. Transformers logo, Soundwave in cassette deck mode, Buzzsaw in his bird mode, and Soundwave in his robot mode. Nice that they didn't just have barcodes down here. You know, that's how it normally works. But yeah. That's the packaging. Anyway, let's go ahead and crack these figures out of the packaging to see how cool they actually are. Here we have Soundwave and Buzzsaw out of their packaging, looking super duper cool. I'm going to start by taking a look at Soundwave himself, and then I'll end the video off by taking a look at Buzzsaw. So let's get started. Here we have Soundwave looking cool as ever. As I mentioned in my Studio Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave video, I really wish that he transformed into an accurate cassette deck. And this figure here obviously does transform into an accurate cassette deck. So let's take a look at some of its awesome details, and it has a lot of them. Let's bring it in for a close-up. First off, we have an awesome looking transparent window here, which is where you can put Buzzsaw. An awesome looking Decepticon insignia, which is kind of hard to see, but let me see if I can show it. Yeah, see, if you put light on it, you can kind of see it, but otherwise it's kind of hard to. You have a right and left sign, which is something that cassette decks normally have. You have a few signs here: stereo, micro cassette, recorder. You even have a record button over here, and a play button. And a fast forward and rewind button. I actually think this is rewind and this is fast forward. I apologize. And down here you have a record and stop button, which is cool. Awesome looking detail right here. You have the button that opens up the window where you put Buzzsaw. And over here, you even have a volume control button that you can actually spin like you're changing the volume. And over here is a switch that you can actually move up and down like it's an actual cassette deck. And and that impresses me. And back here, you have a bit of kibble, but it's definitely all right. The only thing that disappoints me is the fact that this is stickers. These are stickers, not paint. But I guess this figure was made a while ago, so I can definitely forgive him on that. But the stickers are kind of peeling because this figure is old, but it definitely looks okay display-wise. It really does. This set deck is awesome. Soundwave comes with 4 accessories. 2 cannons here. One goes on his shoulder and one goes into his hand. And 2 missile parts, so you can put into those cannons to make them look more menacing. Let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, that looks menacing. Pew, pew, bang, bang. Pew, pew, bang, bang. Yeah. Pretty decent. There's a nice looking black band around the whole weapon with a little red stripe, and it's decked out all in blue, which makes sense because Soundwave is decked out all in blue. It's definitely pretty decent. And the missile part is decked out purely in metallic silver, and a few good details here and there. Nice looking barrel, nice looking everything else. It's all good. Pretty decent accessories, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty people, let's get down with some comparisons. I don't have any other G1 versions of Soundwave to compare with this guy, unfortunately, but I do have a pretty close second. Here we have G1 Soundwave next to Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Soundwave. And this is a pretty decent comparison because, as I said in my Bumblebee Movie Soundwave video, he looks just like his G1 self in the Bumblebee movie, just with subtle live-action-ish quality. So this is the perfect comparison. As you can see, comparing Bumblebee Movie Soundwave with G1 Soundwave, it's definitely clear that Bumblebee Movie Soundwave does not transform into an actual cassette deck. He transforms more into like a hovercraft or something. But give me a second. Let me just flip this out. If you do it that way, it kind of looks like a cassette deck, but nowhere near as close as this bad boy. So let me know in the comment section below which Soundwave you like best in the case of alt mode. For me, I think G1 Soundwave wins with alt mode. It definitely looks way more accurate. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, y'all. Alrighty people, that pretty much wraps up Soundwave's cassette deck mode. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? That was not 360, but okay. You do have to be very careful with this, especially with my copy anyway, because it's super old. But you just sort of untab this, and also that opened up the window, but we'll deal with that later. You can fold this down, and then you can fold, just make sure everything's lined up correctly, and you can fold that down. And then, just make sure I have this right. Fold it that way, yep. Repeat the same process on the other side, or rinse and repeat. Yeah! Sorry, I have a cold. Alrighty, let me just figure this out. There we go. Then you can rotate it that way. Then you can come here to his feet, which are actually made out of die cast. And you can fold them out, and they'll click into place nice and securely. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. Let me just give me a sec. I'm gonna change my format a little. That's better. Plenty of space to finish this guy's transformation. So let's get back into it. Next, you can deal with his arms. Untab them from the back. Just fold them around, and as you can see, this guy has really loose arms, at least for my copy, because again, it's old. You can rinse and repeat on the other side. Alrighty, like that. Then you can come here to these little levers, fold out the fists, like that. Then you can come here to the head, fold it up, rotate it around, revealing his awesome looking head. Then in the case of accessories, you can take one of the cannons, tab him onto his shoulder, giving him his signature look. Then you can come here to the other, one of the arms, I don't think it matters which, just tab it in, but I'm going to do that off camera. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Soundwave and his awesome looking robot mode.
That transformation was definitely pretty simplistic, which makes sense since the figure is a bit older than some of the newer figures, so there wasn't as much as good engineering back then. But the robot mode looks pretty decent. So let's take a look at some of its details very carefully because it is fragile. Let's bring him in for a close-up. Nice looking arms. Unfortunately, not all that good looking of a fist, and it doesn't really have much articulation in that sense. It's just a solid fist that looks more like a Lego minifigure hand. So that's that. His legs are definitely very sturdy, and I really like the die-cast feet. It makes him even more sturdy. That I like. And as you can see, the arm is very loose because of how old it is. Let me know in the comment section below if your copy is like that. So, yeah. Nice looking head. Unfortunately, it isn't all that accurate, but it definitely looks decent. It really does. Yeah. His articulation is decent. His legs can bend up this much and can't bend backwards. There is rotation for transformation. Okay, that kind of rhymes. Rotation for transformation. Yeah. His arms can kind of bend, but I don't recommend doing it that much because of how fragile they are. And his head can rotate all the way around for transformation. Not all that much articulation, but still decent. And you can also rotate his gun from side to side, but it might fall off since it detaches. But yeah, it's decent. It really is. Well, friends, let's get down with some comparisons. I only have one comparison once again, and that being Bumblebee Movie Soundwave. So let's bring him in. As you can see, he definitely has a lot of reminiscence to G1 Soundwave here, just with more live-action-ish qualities. And they look pretty decent together. To me, I think Bumblebee Movie Soundwave has more accurate of a robot mode than G1 Soundwave, which is alright. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below which Soundwave you think has the best robot mode. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, friends, this pretty much wraps up Soundwave's robot mode. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? I would do a 360, but he's super fragile and I don't want to break him. So, yeah. First, you can remove the accessories and set them off to the side. We'll deal with them later. And then you can come here to the lever, retract his hands, or you could also just push him up. You don't really need to use the lever. Like that. And you can fold them backwards and they'll sort of click into place. And then you can rotate the head around, fold her down, yeah. Then you can fold up the die-cast feet until they sort of click into place. Rotate the knees this way, fold them up like this. If it'll work, there we are, like that. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. Definitely be very careful. So, like that. You can click the two parts up. And then he's doing the major splits. No, okay. I had to do it. And then you can fold the knees up and click them into the side. Nice and securely. Yeah. Sorry, had an itch. And then accessory-wise, you have real cool storage for that. You can take the missile parts out because unfortunately they don't actually go anywhere, so you have to set them off to the side. And you can do that on that side. And then come to the back here, remove it, and you put them in like they're AA batteries or something. How cool is that? So you can just put them in like that. And you can slide the case back up. And here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Soundwave in its awesome looking cassette deck alt mode.
That was a very interesting transformation and a very interesting figure, if I do say so myself, I'll tell you what. But all good things must come to an end. Let's go ahead and take a look at Buzzsaw. Here we have Buzzsaw, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we saw this figure was when I compared Studio Series Ravage to him in my Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Soundwave and Ravage double review. And now we'll get to take another look-see at this guy to see more in-depth detail about him. I'm excited. Are you? All right, let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at Buzzsaw's details, folks. Let's bring him in for a close-up. He looks pretty decent right off the bat. Awesome looking cassette tape holes, which is real cool. Awesome looking Decepticon insignia, and if you pull it back, let me see, you can kind of see it like that if you put enough light on it. Yeah, pretty decent. All right, bring it back in. You have a little bit of texture in here. I'm pretty sure there's something like this in the middle of all cassette tapes, but I'm unsure. Awesome looking silver paint, or silver sticker right here with orange. I really wish it was paint, not a sticker, but again, this figure is old, so it makes sense. On the back, you have a completely different color scheme with gold and red, and you can also see his bird head right in there. So, looks nice. And also you can see the Decepticon insignia a whole lot better from this angle, as you can see. 60A, all good. All good. Very nice looking cassette tape. Buzzsaw comes with two accessories, two cannons that you can tab onto the back of his back when he's in bird mode. And it looks pretty cool in my opinion, but I'll show that off later on. They're decked out in metallic silver. Oh, I dropped it. And they look real cool. Awesome looking tips right here. Awesome looking detail here. Nice looking fin. Engines. Awesome. Real cool accessories. I can't wait to see what they look like on Ravage, and I can't wait to show it to all you. You know, it's good. Well, friends, let's get down with some comparisons. Here we have Buzzsaw next to Studio Series Ravage. Obviously, Buzzsaw is a whole lot better of a cassette tape, but I already went over why Ravage isn't a good cassette tape in my double review on him and Soundwave, so go check that out if you want to learn more about that. But these two figures do look very nice together, in my opinion. Buzzsaw is just a whole lot better of a cassette tape than Ravage. Here we have Buzzsaw next to the two cassette tape bots that come with Studio Series 20 Retro Pop Highway Bumblebee. And here we have Buzzsaw next to the two cassette tape bots that come with Studio Series 19 Retro Garage Bumblebee. Let me know in the comment section below which comparison of the three you like best. Well, friends, that's pretty much all I have to say about Buzzsaw's cassette tape mode. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? And he fell over. That was cool. Anyway, first you can come up here to these bits, fold them out, revealing his bird wings, and I'll also give him little feet back here. Repeat the same process on the other side. Add an itch, you know how it is. Then you can fold these bits out here, giving him wings, or extra wings, I should say, because he has wings here as well. Then you can come down here to his head. And it's a bit hard to shimmy it out, but it is possible. You just do that. I actually got this wrong. These are actually his fins, not his feet. These are his feet. These are his wings. My bad. You can just shimmy that however you choose. Now let me just find his accessories. Where are they? There we are, guys. His accessories have been found. They were just behind Studio Series Soundwave's leg, who's off to the side of my studio. Let me show you. See, he was right. They were right behind me. Anyway, let's get back to work. All right, so you can take one of them and just slide them right into one of his cassette tape holes. Make sure you don't push his head down because you want him to be alert. Like that. Let me just see if it can go in any further. Like that. Very nice, very nice. And repeat the same process on the opposite side. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Looks like we're done. And here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Buzzsaw in his awesome looking California Condor-like bird alt mode. That transformation was definitely pretty simplistic, which makes sense since it's a smaller and older figure. and it results in a pretty sweet looking bird mode. So let's take a look at some of its details. Let's bring him in for a close-up. We have awesome looking engines here for flying around, which are also his accessories that I talked about earlier. I don't really know why a bird needs engines, but it definitely looks cool. Awesome looking bird face, decked out in black with little gold eyes and a little beak. Nice looking wings that can do a little bit of a flappity flap. Awesome looking Decepticon insignia on the head. It's a bit hard to tell since it's a sticker and the sticker is peeling off. That's the one downside that I have with this set. The fact that everything is a sticker instead of paint. But it makes sense since the figure is a bit old, so I'm not going to rag too much on that. Awesome looking feet that allow him to stand up pretty decently. And yeah. It's a pretty sweet looking bird. Tweet, tweet. And he definitely looks like a California condor, just with some Cybertronian-like qualities, which is probably the reason why it called him a condor cassette on the set's box. It's pretty cute wordplay, if I do say so myself. Congrats, Hasbro. Alrighty, people, let's get down with some comparisons. Here we have Buzzsaw next to Studio Series Core Class Ravage. They definitely look real nice next to each other. It's kind of cool seeing a live-action Minicon next to a G1 Minicon. Let me know in the comment section below which you think is cooler. I personally don't think I could decide. Both of them look cool for their own reasons. Here he is next to the two Minicons that came with Studio Series 20 Retro Pop Highway Bumblebee. And here he is next to the two Minicons that come with Studio Series 19 Retro Garage Bumblebee. Once again, let me know in the comment section below which comparison was your favorite. Well, friends, this pretty much wraps up Buzzsaw's birdie mode. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? And his wing got stuck, so it wasn't a good 360, but I don't know. So first, you can remove his jet turbines, which is a weird thing for a bird to have, but it definitely looks cool. Here you are. Very nice. Okay, then first you can take his bird head and just shimmy it into that little section. It's a bit hard to do, but it is possible to do. Then you can fold the wings inward. Then you can take his feet, which originally I thought were wings. I know, don't laugh. You can fold them up and sort of click them into place. These don't go anywhere on the cassette mode, which is pretty much obvious, but you just set those off to the side. So, yeah. And here we have Buzzsaw back in his cassette tape mode. That was a pretty decent Minicon, if I do say so myself. It is frustrating that there is so much stickers and so little paint, but again, these are older figures, so I definitely understand what Hasbro was doing. But it was a pretty decent minifigure for a pretty decent Soundwave figure. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this figure and the set as a whole. Alrighty, guys. Now I will show you how you can put Buzzsaw inside of Soundwave, just like Soundwave is known to do in G1. You can bring in Soundwave, push this button, and it'll open up the case, which is kind of what like cassette decks do in real life, which is cool. And you can slide good old Buzzsaw inward, and then you just need to make sure he sits in there just right, and then you can close him up, and it's like he has an actual cassette tape in there. It looks so cool. Let me show you what it looks like when he's in robot mode.
Now that, my friends, looks super cool. Super accurate to G1. Look at Buzzsaw looking like he's ready to eject out of Soundwave's chest. That looked pretty cool with Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Soundwave, but this looks cooler since this is actually G1 Soundwave. Let me know in the comment section below what you think.
That's all I have to say about Soundwave and Buzzsaw, but there's one more thing I'd like to do before we all head out.
If you take a look at the box, you'll see some stats for Soundwave and Buzzsaw, and I thought I'd show them to you before we head out. All you need is the box and this decoder. So let's bring it in for a close-up. You do this, and if you bring it over top, you can see Soundwave's stats. He has pretty good strength, very good intelligence, very little speed, good endurance, a good rank, courage, firepower, and skill. All good. The only thing he's terrible at is speed, which makes sense since he's so clunky and stuff, and he doesn't actually transform into a vehicle. But Buzzsaw down here is different. He doesn't have that much strength, which makes sense since he's just a tiny birdie. Pretty good intelligence, very good speed because he's a bird. Endurance, I'm surprised it's that low. He is a bird, so he should be able to maneuver around well. Rank, makes sense since he's only like a Minicon. Courage, low, I don't get it. Firepower, I don't really get because he's a Minicon, so he should have good stuff. Skill, his skill's pretty high. Those are the stats for Soundwave and Buzzsaw. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Oh, no.
Well, friends, this pretty much wraps up this video review. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to click that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future video. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of my video review of the first Soundwave figure ever made, and if I should review any more old G1 figures. It might be a bit hard because I only have a small few of them because these were actually my father's figures, not mine, so they were bought back when they were sold in stores, so it might be hard to find new ones, but if you really like these reviews, I will make it my mission to find more. If that's what you'd really want. Let me know in the comment section below if that's what you'd want. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have to say. As always, I'm Raccoon-Formers, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.